Welcome back, everyone. My name is Echo. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. In today's Minecraft video, we are back on Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Bedrock version, for a brand new beta and preview. This is the beta version 1.19.0.30. If you're in preview, it will read version 1.19.0.31. The only difference is the preview is just +1. Here is the official confirmation from Jay, Megaspud, Community Manager. Happy Wednesday. A new Minecraft beta / preview is on the way, with more # the wild update features and fixes. If you want the changelog, it is down below. But he did say, PS, if you are on Windows, don't forget to switch from the beta to the Minecraft preview. Now, the reason why he's saying that is because they are going to be retiring the beta program for Windows players. Again, don't worry. We do have the preview program, which is so much better. The fact that you have 2 Minecraft versions, you don't have to join beta, uninstall, reinstall the normal versions. So that is a good change. I also want to say, the wild update. It is Caves and Cliffs Part 3. Changed my mind. It's highly likely that we are not going to see the birch forest changes in this update. We still have no idea what is going on with fireflies. So again, the wild update. It is Caves and Cliffs Part 3. Changed my mind. It is quite a big beta and preview this week. I've taken the time to understand all of these changes so I can explain it to you. I also have a question. Anybody else got this emote problem? Like, it just pops up. It's got the checkered texture effect, and it just instantly closes down. Or is it just me? Spectator mode has had a huge update, but it is important. Just as a reminder, we won't be accepting bug reports related to spectator mode until we let you know, as this feature is likely to change a lot during development. Here are some of the fixes and changes we have made in this update. So don't be posting any bug reports. They are just going to get deleted. But it has been improved because spectator mode, custom import mapping for spectator mode added. Spectators are now unable to attack. Spectators are now unable to build. Spectators are now unable to drop items. Spectators are now unable to use items. Spectators are now unable to open inventory. Spectators are now unable to interact with the world through input. Spectators are now unable to interact with chests or other container UIs. Spectators no longer fly slowly when entering spectator mode from the ground. Players enter no clip and flying when enabling spectator mode. Players stop riding, using items, sleeping, and gliding when entering spectator mode. Double jump no longer breaks spectator mode. So I wanted to read off all of these because there is a lot of changes. So first thing that I want to show you, again, you can do / game mode 6, put you into spectator mode. Let's go back to creative. Or you can type in / game mode spectator. I've also had a lot of people saying, no, he's lying. Spectator mode is not on Bedrock Edition. You guys are making one mistake. In your settings, whenever you are creating a world, it is an experimental now. You have to turn it on. If you don't turn it on, it is not going to work. So let me show you a couple of things with this. We'll go back to creative mode. The first thing I want to show you is that we are no longer in fly mode, right? You can clearly see me walking around. If we then go into spectator mode, I no longer have to be in fly mode to go underneath the ground. So they finally fixed it. I was saying last week, I wonder how long it's going to be until they fix that. So yeah, you no longer have to do that, which I think is a much better change. So I'm going to go back to spectator mode. It literally gets rid of everything. I'm pressing E and trying to open up my inventory. You cannot access anything at all. Like, I'm still here. If I hit F1, everything on the top left will disappear. Strangely enough, like, we're still not that tiny little head like you would be on Java Edition, like the floating invisible head. But I cannot attack anything, can't break anything, can't place anything, can't do anything. So, it's a pretty good change. I'm going to go to this, then I'm going to go to this, and you will notice that the mobs disappear until you get a little bit closer, then they reappear. I generally think that's going to be just a performance thing. So, yeah, spectator mode hugely improved. And again, we're just going to grab like these, for example, because if you have this on and you are flying, let's try it again. Let's try it again. If you have this on and you go to spectator mode, it instantly stops and you're back in this position. Same with sleeping and things like that. And one more thing I want to show you is if we go to this position, go back to creative, hold this item, go back to spectator, you'll notice that there's nothing in my hand here. Even if I try and drop these items, I cannot drop them at all. You can also see though that science, it does really bug out a little bit. Again, still early access, but definitely improved. Moving on to features and bug fixes. Accessibility. Submit feedback button is now described as a link by text to speech. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what this means, so if somebody could explain it, that would also help me out. Controller connection lost pop-up now will also be shown on the main menu screen. So if your batteries die, it's gonna let you know. Changes with the Allay. The Allay no longer stops moving when attempting to reach an item that is too far away while it's being leashed. So yeah, there was a way to basically break your Allay. So I'm gonna summon it, give it this, leash it, gonna attach it to, I'm just gonna keep holding it for a second. I'm gonna throw it over there real quick. You can see, like, it no longer stops. It does try and get it. You can see, there you go, it got it that time. So I want to show you again. Let's put it on here. So the Allay will be able to get this one, I think. Yes, but it won't be able to get this one. That one's going to be a little bit too far. But it doesn't break the Allay. Quite a few changes to ancient cities. The first one, ancient cities are no longer flooded with water or lava as often. We got a bug report. I experienced this. It was mainly available in the beta versions, but it was at a point where ancient cities would entirely be flooded, either with water or in some cases with lava. Obviously, having it with water was so much better than lava, but again, you will likely see this happening less often. The darkness effect in water no longer creates colorful jumping lines around sources of light. We got a bug report. I mean, it looked pretty cool, but this is what your game would look like. It was like a really weird effect. Now, what they've missed out here is that this also happened when you had the night vision effect. They didn't mention that in the changelog, but you can clearly see it here on the bug report. Having darkness, night vision / conduit effect at the same time will produce a glitchy effect. So if I give myself night vision and we do / effect at P and we do darkness, you'll notice that the darkness effect still applies. It doesn't matter if you're in water like this, just standing in water, it's still the darkness effect. And even if you are submerged, it no longer bugs out, freaks out. So they finally fixed that as well. Next, darkness effect fade in is no longer abrupt. We got a bug report. Here is the bug report here. Check out this video right here. You'll see how fast the darkness effect just instantly appears. It's meant to be a fading animation between in and out. As I showed you before, it no longer does that. Breaking an active Sculk Shrieker no longer stops the Warden from spawning. So this one right here is a Sculk Shrieker. This one is not active. So this one is not going to generate or spawn a Warden. Doesn't matter how many times I trigger this. As you guys know, it's typically 3 times a Warden will spawn. But this one's not going to spawn anything at all. So we do one more time just to make sure that's the 4th time. However, they introduced a new command. And that command is / set block Sculk _ Shrieker can summon. Let me show you. Once I run this command, this is an active Sculk Shrieker. So if we go over this a couple of times, the Warden will in fact appear. I don't want to summon it, but what would happen here is people would activate this, and to prevent the Warden from summoning, come on, they would quickly break it. and that would prevent it from spawning. So that's been fixed. They have also fixed this. Structure void block no longer generate in ancient cities with Sculk vein generated around it. We do have a bug report, but before we check that out, it's this block right here, because they've converted this over from Java and they're built using these kind of blocks. Some of them were actually left in the Bedrock game. Been reported for a little bit of time. Structure void block can be found in ancient cities. I didn't experience it at all, but a few people did send me a few pictures and report this. It's no longer gonna happen. The trap mechanism variant underneath main central structure in ancient city now works properly. We got a bug report. So the reason why this was a problem is because they converted the ancient cities from Java to Bedrock. As you know, the redstone works a little bit different. So this was happening, or this was happening. Check this out. So because the redstone was different, they didn't change the redstone mechanics, which broke it on the Bedrock version. So once again, because the redstone is different, if we activate this now, it should open the doors successfully, which it has done, along with having a successful counter. But what's going to happen here is this is... There you go. It's counting down. There we go. So once the counter is up, these are going to close. Like that. They fixed it. Finally. Sculk Shrieker can once again be waterlogged. Pretty simple. Get yourself one of these. Place it in there. You can actually waterlog it. That's been fixed. Just like last week, the Warden has quite a few changes again. The Warden now emits darkness every 6 seconds. Prevent Warden from building anger towards and targeting experience orbs. Now, we do have a bug report, but it's pretty simple. Basically, the Warden would get incredibly angry at XP orbs. I showed you it in my most recent video. If you missed it, go and check it out. Pretty funny bug, but it's finally been fixed. And it also says here, prevent Warden from attacking non-mob type actors, such as tridents. Exactly the same as this. The Warden would actually attack this. Let me show you the bug report for that. Warden can target non-mob entities like projectiles, experience orbs, etc. What's this? What's this? So, yeah. Strangely enough, we know that's not a mob. He's not interested in the sheep. He just wants to kill the trident or XP orbs. Been fixed. Warden now detects vibrations emitted by a Sculk Shrieker shrieking. Warden now prefers investigating the closest mob's position after sniffing. So basically, right, if the Warden is here and it gets angry towards the creeper, it will sniff the last location of the creeper before attempting to try and find it. Now, at this point, you can clearly see it knows it's there because it bumped into it. But if the creeper kind of goes somewhere else, I'm hoping it does. No, he just gets angry straight away there. Try a couple of these. There you go. There you go. So he should sniff like this area. Nah, he's instantly angry. Anyway, that's what is meant to be happening. Guess he just doesn't like creepers. The Warden now doesn't play angry listening sounds when getting angry through an attack. Warden's heartbeat now reflects the anger towards either the Warden's target or the highest recorded anger. A bunch of changes to Sculk sensors. Sculk sensors correctly detect when turtle eggs and slab blocks are placed on their respective existing blocks. We've got a bug report. So this has been an issue for a little bit of time here. If you watch, let's just start off with this video. It does detect that. When they place it again, it doesn't detect that. You can see there. So the first one is detected. The ones that are placed after are not. And I tested this before I showed you. So if we place down this, we do this, it detects it. We do it again, it detects it. Do it again, it detects it. And we do it one more time, it is going to detect it. Sculk sensors now activate repeatedly when an entity is on top of them. A projectile hitting wool or wool carpet does not produce vibrations anymore. So I can show you this. We have a Sculk, we have this. We fire it here, it picks it up, right? But if we fire this on there, it's not meant to pick it up though. Like, it's just meant the projectiles. There you go, that's better. So if we do it over there, It picks it up. We do it on... Get out! Darn animals in these videos. Alright, anyway. Let's do this again. Sculk, sorry. Picks the vibrations up. Wool. Doesn't pick it up. Carpet. Doesn't pick it up. Grass. It picks it up. These darn cows. A player looking at a tamed animal does not produce vibrations anymore. That's a pretty random one I didn't know existed. A player crouching with a shield in the offhand slot does not produce vibrations anymore. So, I mean, I was going to say you could be safe with your shield now, but that's not the case because the Warden Sonic attack can go through it. Anyway, the Sculk sensor correctly detects when a dirt, coarse dirt, or rooted dirt block is tilled with a hoe. So, if we have these, we do 1 and 2 and 3. We got a Sculk over there. If we do this, ready? Picks it up. Do it again. Picks it up. Do it again. It picks it up. So, yeah, the Sculk is even more of a tattletale now. The Sculk sensor can now detect bat movement as well. Go on, beautiful bat friend. Just fly away, but yeah, it can detect it. And it also says Sculk sensors can now be waterlogged. Again, very similar to the Shrieker. Moving on. The Sculk sensor correctly detects when a dirt, coarse dirt, or rooted dirt block is turned into mud block when interacted while holding a water bottle. So, it knows everything, man. There's no escaping it. So, we've got that over there. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. We turn this into the mud blocks. It grasses on you. And again. And again. So, yeah, that's another introduction. Along with the lower face of Sculk sensors can now provide support to other blocks. A Sculk sensor can no longer detect a player sneaking on another Sculk sensor. This one's an interesting one. So if you're on top of this one, right, this one will constantly detect that the player is on top of it. However, that one does not know. Okay, that one does not get a second vibration. You know what I mean? So this one will just stay active as long as you're on it. Obviously, if you get off it and you crouch, get back on it for the first time, there is no secondary vibrations. Changes to the mangrove. It says mangrove propagules now grow into trees at the same speed as in Java Edition. Bees can pollinate mangrove propagules. Now, this one's a pretty cool one. So I kind of like that change. So we've got a couple of bee nests here. Just going to start off by placing down a couple of these. All right, we'll do that. Do another one over there. I'm going to place down this and this. We'll do this. The bees become interested in the propagules, which again should speed growth of your mangrove trees. But I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to let you guys go and investigate with that one. But that's a pretty good change. I really love the mangrove. Well, I mean, I wasn't going to show you that. But this one germinated incredibly fast, producing a mangrove. Mangrove planks can be crafted from stripped mangrove logs. We got a bug report. Strangely enough, it wasn't possible. Now labeled as a parity. You can see there is no output with this one. It's been fixed. So if you grab the stripped variation, you go into your menus, you put it in there, you can make as many mangrove planks as you desire. It says mangrove blocks are now sorted next to other overworld wood types. We got a bug report. So what was happening here is it would be all the overworld variations, then the nether, then the mangrove stuff. And this was for all categories as well, whether it be doors, fences, trapdoors, anything at all. It's been fixed. Mangrove roots are no longer located in the woods section of the creative inventory. Mangrove wood map colors now match Java Edition. Mangrove log and stripped mangrove log map colors now match Java Edition. Mangrove roots are now flammable. There is a bug report, but it's just pretty as simple as like this thing not being set on fire previously. These things can now burn, and probably the best way to show you this is going to be this. Although I'm about to start a forest fire. But anyway, they can now burn. It does say they should burn. You can kind of see it spreading there. So, yes, that's a new change. Mud block changes. Gravity blocks now break when falling on mud blocks. So what would happen previously is these would sit smoothly on top of these. You can see they all now break off. In fact, they don't just break off, they bounce off. Turning dirt into mud now produces a splash sound. I actually didn't notice this, but if you place down these, it's got a splash sound. Oh, it really does. I don't know how I feel about that. That sounds really, really weird. Anyway, new sounds. Mud block is now placed beside dirt in the creative menu. Mud brick slabs now play sounds when 2 slabs are stacked into a full block. So let's listen. Yeah, so they become active. All of the sounds work now. That was just classed as not working as intended. We have a change with the frogs. Frogs now provide the same experience points as other animals such as cows and goats. Frog spawn is no longer affected by random tick speed. That is classed as a vanilla parity. Tadpole hurt sounds volume has been increased, and tadpoles now have a grow up sound. Gameplay changes, some pretty good ones finally. When in Nether, Enderman, Piglin skeletons, and Wither skeletons now spawn in a wider range of light levels, from light level 0 to 11. Torches can no longer be placed on bells. I thought they fixed this, but it must have come back. It says, added wild update achievements. It's called It Spreads. Birthday song with our powers combined and sneak 100. Now, what I want to show you here is that I have all, and then we have locked. For me, they're not showing inside of here. What did they say the music one was called? Birthday song. So, I'm guessing they haven't updated the achievements page, or maybe because it's on the old UI, the new UI, it's not showing. I don't really know, but if anyone has them, please let me know. Graphical Changes fixed a bug where leads would render on top of glass. Reverted mirror mob parts in wolf model according to the current art direction. Items. A boat with chest now drops a single item when destroyed instead of 2 items. Finally, game mode S. When you break this, it now gives you the actual boat chest. It doesn't split them into a chest or a boat. Good change, finally. It says mangrove roots can no longer be used as a fuel in furnace. It also says, when broken, each minecart variant chest hopper TNT drops itself as a single item instead of splitting into 2, such as a chest and a minecart. Again, a very, very similar change to this one. A parity change, finally done. That's this. So if we break this now, it drops as a full item. So that means you're not going to be able to get your, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you wanted to get back your minecart and split them into a minecart and a hopper, you can't now. So that's the only negative we have there. But overall, I really like those changes. We have Pathfinding changes. Mobs do not get stuck into open trapdoors anymore. I showed you that in my previous video. Stability and performance fixed a crash that could occur when players are battling and both players are wearing the Thorns enchantment armor. So finally they fixed that issue. That would literally crash your game. Fixed crash that could occur when blending worlds with air-filled chunks. Fixed a crash that could occur during split-screen gameplay and technical updates. Let's read the change log. So we also have a couple of changes to the Warden. I couldn't fit them on signs. It says fixed the little jumping bug after Warden has emerged from the ground. The sonic explosion particle has been updated to the new texture. And then we have a bunch of technical changes down to mob stability and performance and game test framework experimental. It does say important breaking change. Game test module type changed from JavaScript to script in manifest JSON. Added an optional attribute language, which only one supported value, JavaScript. So yeah, and that is another week, another beta, another preview. If you made it this far in today's video, hey, I appreciate you. You are the real MVP. So thank you so much for sticking around for this long. So yeah, like I said, I generally think we are closing the stages of 1.19. Disappointed to not get things like fireflies or the birch forest changes. Nonetheless, when that confirmation is made, I will keep you all updated. Have a great day. I would wave to you. Oh, I can't even, I mean, it's working, but like, it's not working. Anyway, have a great day. See you next time.